Hello. Welcome back. Welcome back to the 5 states. And I suppose West Elizabeth specifically. I must still be down here, near my moonshine shack. Distance traveled, and that'll be a nice one today. Don't even need to check the menu. Let me just get on good old Klaus here. I suppose we'll see what this moonshine event is. Start us off right. Just another roadblock, eh? I'm curious about these. I believe they finally fixed that poison poppy moonshine. There was like one recipe no one could get for about 2 weeks or so. Because apparently there was a glitch with it that it was supposed to be if you don't do an ambient bootlegger mission or anything to do with moonshining for like 30 minutes, I believe, it has a chance to pop up. It can only pop up after that point. But for some reason it was set to like a month or something like that, is what I heard, what I read. So now I'm wondering if I do this this blockade, if I clear it out, would I have to wait a half hour in order to get that poison poppy thing? I don't even know where or how it occurs, but it's just something that has been on my mind. So I'm wondering if we should not clear out the blockade in order to potentially make that poison poppy mission spawn. Which I guess means I shouldn't even get close to it, because they will probably start shooting me, and then I will have no choice. Let me try to skirt around real quick. That's a beautiful deer. Or a buck, or whatever that is. Out for its morning victuals. Good luck, sir. And good luck to you, rabbit. Hop the old fence. Yes, perfect. I've been looking and looking for this Madame Nizar wagon these past few days. It is finally back close to home here, on the border of tall trees. So I think I've mentioned before, Madame Nizar is sort of a traveling merchant slash character of mystery. I may have a few things I need to sell to,
I do not trust you. Many of these items spend months in the belly of a ship to get here. The crossing
I need
is
to,
round, I would know.
see if there's anything I can get rid of that I'm full of. I keep hitting like a specific kind of necklace and other things.
Let's see the fruits of your labor.
You can sell these collections from a post office, but you can't sell individual pieces. Like this, for example, is the full set of the Pentacles Tarot, which I could sell either to her directly or I could just sell it to a post office. But you can't sell all of these individual, like the Ivory Comb, the Three of Cups, etc. You can't sell those to a post office. You need to find Madame Nizar for it. So let me just check if there are any of these at 10
Such secrets, such
that I
lies,
keep
such
hitting.
smiles. Very
That's
well.
one of them.
I pay more for the whole set, you know.
I'm sure you would.
Done. But the whole set
I just
is
need to
worth
be
your
able to
while.
pick things up so that I can get the experience boost, is mostly the idea.
Oh,
Chocolate Daisy, that's the other.
but it's
Let's
worth
try that
selling
out.
these as a set, you know.
And then let me check her buy menu once more. Make sure there aren't any new items I'm failing to grab. Nice hip flask. That'd be quite fashionable. Yes. Now I am from 12 Monkeys.
If you are wondering
Beautiful.
whether you can get it somewhere else, you cannot.
Okay, I think I'm good for now. On the accessories.
Oh, you held
So
on.
now if we come across any of those other items, I should actually be able to pick them up, and they will count towards challenges and give me an experience boost. Whereas if I was full, it would just say, hey, you're full. Move along. Okay, so we are tentatively trying to avoid moonshine events, just to see if something special may crop up later. Let's go ahead and check the full menu here and see if there's anything easy to grab. I'm still working away on that distance. Herbs eaten, that'd probably be pretty simple. Usually you can just look for something that's not poisonous and eat it right off the ground is the easiest way. Then you don't have to dip into your inventory. So here's some golden currant I will just greedily throw into my mouth here. Good morning and welcome. Glad to have you here. I've been neglecting to peek to my sideline. My apologies. I'm picking. No, I meant to be eating. Now I'm looking at the chat and not hitting the right button. But that's fine. We have more golden currant right over here. So I ate one of those and then I accidentally picked the other two. But oh well. That's what you get for splitting your attention. And that must be some oregano just over there. Beautiful. A little bit of that. Palate cleanser. 5 herbs. Alright. So as you can see, I was getting 0.2 of a gold bar. 0.2 out of 10 or whatever it is. I am now getting 0.3, it appears. Because I am up to a week streak again. I started at 0 when we first got back into this together. So now I think we are above 7 days and it's on to the next level of gold payout. Or whatever that means. So we got our herbs eaten. Let me check the secondary. This is your general challenges, which is things in the world that you can do naturally. And then these are your role challenges, which apply specifically to collector, trader, moonshiner, bounty hunter, etc. Play with a band for 2 minutes. I am kind of assuming that ambient bar events like dancing or playing with the band wouldn't count as like a moonshine event and reset the poison poppy timer. That would be my hope, but I'm not really sure. So it would definitely be worth going back to the Moonshine Shack, and then if I have any seasoned pork, a campfire would be a good idea. So maybe we can go back to the Moonshine Shack via Manzanita Post, which has a campfire, and we'll check for pork real quick. Let's do that. Alright. Just checking my inventory as I ride blindly into the fog. No golden sparklies just yet. I'm sure you've caught on by now, but you can tell the difference between just herb pickups that are normal with those white sparklies, and then the collector pickups that are yellow and make a little bit more noise. Just if you're curious. I'll poorly explain the entire game to you. Getting quite dark deep in the tall, tall trees here. Lurking at work. Good. Do not, whatever you do, perform any work whatsoever. Continue to lurk. That's the best plan. and you can just blame it on me if anyone has a problem with that. I'm not sure if I have any pork. Let's check. I try to keep a bit of a stock of things, just in case a random challenge pops up. And we're still heavily laden with time. Let's do that. If I could put time on my pork roast, well, that is just what I'd do. Let's go all 3 time, because we had the maximum amount. Do our classic eat 1 to get my cores up, store 2 for later. Occasionally it'll pop up that you have like a eat 5 pieces of cooked meat challenge, and then storing all these comes in handy. I think that should be 3. Let me double check. Yes, perfect. Alright, on to dancing and playing with the band here. Right in the mud. Sorry, my friend. Every once in a while, a fence post or a stump or whatever you happen not to see in front of you will catch you at just the right angle and cause absolute mayhem. And it's always hilarious. Never not funny. Okay. I have a little ritual after I take Klaus for a tumble. He needs at least 1 pat and at least 1 brush. Those are the rules of the universe that I live by. Whee! Alright, you stay here, buddy. Be safe and kind. I'll be back. My last couple of streams, just to mention it, have been in 720p, just to try to limit how badly my internet performs. This is actually back up to 1080p, and I'm not sure if it makes a difference. I'm hoping to check. Hello, Marcel. Hoping to check when I can review the stream later, but hopefully this looks a little clearer for you, is the idea. So I believe I both need to play with the band for 2 minutes, which requires me not to be dancing, and dance for 2 minutes, if I'm remembering correctly. Yes. So I guess I should play with them first and then stop playing with them. They will continue to play, and I can hopefully get in 2 minutes of dancing. Sounds like a very logical process for such a fun activity, but here we go. So what do I want to play this morning? We've got banjo, we've got cello, we've got the piano, we've got a fiddle, guitar, and of course, the washboard. Is it washboard time? Is that what's about to happen? Okay. Oh, we all need someone to pat our heads and comfort us when we trip, yes. Okay, so I am going to start playing by myself here. Just because I'm that big of an egomaniac. I want to hear what I sound like. Oh, it's not just washboarding, see. You get the power of whistling along with it. Alright, let's go, guys. So I just need to be part of the song here for 2 minutes. If you'll pardon me. Beg your indulgence. There's 1 minute. We'll just continue to stare at this guy's back. That's fine. Oh, I am getting into it. I'm losing myself in the whistles. Should be any time now, really. I have no concept of the passage of time whatsoever. It could be ages more. I'm just stuck here forever. There we go. I'll give this guy back his washboard. Thank you, sir. I appreciate it. Now, hopefully there is 2 minutes of the song left where I could get this in. Awkward. That's the stuff. How about graceful? That's the one. Graceful dance. Alright. Get back into cinematic mode. Well, this is just a lovely time. I'm bursting at the seams with joy right now. He does not seem to be whistling. He's not adding the gravitas to the performance that I was. I have to shell out extra to get him to whistle, I guess. And flourish. Beautiful. Okay, maybe I need to get them to, Oh good, they're starting another song on their own. That was only half the time I needed. Here we go again. Well, I guess we could try a different, dance. Wild. There it is. Apparently it does not like me dancing this way, and has stopped me on its own. Let's try that one more time. I like the fact that no one else dances. That's not a thing. It's just you. If I was only out from behind that guy's hat. But I am not. Okay. Thank you for indulging me. That was far too much fun. Getting a little tap routine in. So I do believe there were other moonshine challenges, but they would take a little while to complete. So maybe we should just run a couple miles. That seems to be the only really easy one left. Just to get that distance traveled.
Welcome.
I will see you later, Marcel. Be good. Miss Maggie, pleasure. Oh, quick exit. I'll take it. Okay, so we're just gonna see if we can get, so sorry, just my microphone there. See if we can get some distance under our hooves, as the case may be. player. Hope you're enjoying your day. Must be left over from a blockade or something. I'm trying to think if there's anything. Distance traveled is about another 2 miles or so. I'm trying to think if there's anything worth seeing in a 2-mile radius. There's many beautiful things worth seeing. Let's just head north here. Back across the river. Maybe we could even find a few collectibles on our journey. It's been a while since I have found a metal detector item. Like when they came out with the collector roll, it seems like it was on a 3-day cycle, and there were a bunch of different categories of thing you could find. Family heirlooms, antique alcohol, flowers, tarot cards, etc. And they all depended on the day, so it was one of 3 locations every day. It could just be randomly different. But then I think people caught on to that and started creating maps and such. And during the last update, they changed it so that each individual item category has its own day out of 6. So they, like, doubled. Oh, there's something.
Hey, get a gun in your hand and kill him. Oh, I'm going to have
Okay.
fun looting your corpse.
I don't think you are, sir. I don't think you're gonna have any such fun looting my corpse.
You ain't long for this life, you no good bastard.
Oh, sorry, Klaus. Jeez. Please die. What are you doing, sir? What are you doing with the not dying? I think I need to clean this is partially the problem. Let me see if I can switch to a revolver. Weapons deteriorate over time, and it's been quite some time with that one.
You done for, jackass. Come on now, son.
Yikes. A little close to death now, because I'm not in any sort of cover whatsoever. Come on. Just not in range of my revolver most of the time there. You can see it trying to lock onto them, but failing. And that was just my incompetence. Nice. So we defended both travelers. Neither of them died. Good morning. Not late at all. Welcome. Sorry for the violent explosions there. Okay, so enjoy your day unriddled with bullets, if at all possible. Thanks for the $4. I appreciate that. Grab a little of this before we move on. So every time I see some random event there, I'm hoping it's that Poison Poppy event we mentioned earlier. But no such luck yet. And I really don't know if dancing in the moonshine bar affects that. That may count as a moonshine activity. I don't know. See if we can find a nice spot along the river somewhere. One thing I don't believe I have shown on a stream yet, not that it's all that riveting, is the fishing mechanic, which is kind of cool. So we'll have to see if there's ever a good time for fishing in the flow of things. Hoping the sun is almost back up here. It should make this a little more visible. Good morning. Wonder if we could check our favorite post office up at Riggs here and see if they have a tarot card today. They very well might. Check up on the hill, too, while we're at it. All of our favorite spots. There we go. So when there is actually an item to find, this lights up and jangles around with increasing fervor as you get close. That's the first actual active metal detector spot we have seen together. Beautiful. Found a penny. So let's check the post office itself. Yay. There is a little something hiding over there. As well as another player who appears to be drunk. And then disappeared. Okay. Interesting. 5 of Cups. I will take it. And let's go this way, actually. We'll follow the tracks across the river. That's kind of a cool spot. Especially in this early morning light here. It should be quite impressive. Probably the longest bridge in the game, I want to say. Not necessarily the highest, but certainly the longest. And yes, absolutely you can get stuck on here when a train comes, if you're curious. That's the thing. Let's see if we can find a good angle on it. Lovely. Yay! Alright. So we're back across the bridge. We did get our distance traveled just there. And that may be about all the challenges I have time for before I lash myself to the desk here. Beautiful sunrise. In Eagle Eye and out of it. Beautiful sunrise. And another collectible item. And all manner of lucky today. Though that seemingly active bear trap not inches away is sort of hilarious placement. Yeah, there's sparkles up there too. Let's take a quick climb. Speaking of getting all manner of lucky, let's take a quick climb. Hello down there. Enjoy your travels. Pay no attention to the friendly man climbing towers. Okay. Every time I see a tower with a slightly shorter tower next to it, I get the same bad idea in my head. It's just too fun to resist. Okay. Oh, there's another one over there. Wow. What a great day. What a great day to be traveling by rail. So some of them can also be dig spots that are not metal detector, undisturbed earth, but rather freshly buried items that you see out of the corner of your eye. Stealing? Stealing from folks, you say? Well, yes. Sort of. But we'll just go ahead and call it collecting. So that was quite the nice haul there. There's an old burnt-out town under this plateau. I believe it's called Limpany. Let's check. Nope, can't check there. Let's check with our eyes. Okay. So sometimes there are other collectible items, like an antique alcohol or two, in this old abandoned town, which apparently had an accident, regrettably. But I do not feel any buzzing. I think there's a sign over here that may tell us what the name is. Limpany. Good. No metal detector things. Alright. We tried. This is a nice spot for a player camp here. This is not mine. It's someone else's player camp. But, ooh, lovely. In this little valley with the river so close for fish access. I don't believe you can, if you're a member of somebody's posse, you can donate to their butcher table, I believe. But otherwise, the only option you have is if you have something to drop off, you can actually drop it at their feet, and they can donate it to their own butcher shack. So you can occasionally help out other players, but they make it more difficult than it should be. Looks like somebody just firebombed a wagon over there, and then made a run for it. I'm sure that's fine. I'm sure that's not a bad omen. Never can be sure what manner of player you might come across here. I'm not really trying to come across him, I'm just trying to get up to this plateau. You can never be sure who exactly you're dealing with in the world of Red Dead. There's a group of people, shall we say. Oh, be careful out there. There's a group of people who like to play Red Dead in a similar way to me, which is to kind of immerse yourself in it and imagine that it is an alternate life of sorts and that you're trying to do your best. And there are some people who think that everything is just a chaotic sandbox of violence and every opportunity to shoot you in the head is one to be taken. That's about every other player you come across, really, is the deal. I don't know if there is a collectible here today, but this is one of my favorite little hiding spots down on the edge of this cliff. There's very occasionally a collectible item stuffed under that little overhang there, like a fireplace secret. But it does not look like it is today. Fair enough. There's the train going by in the distance there. It's always lovely to see. I don't make that jump more often than I'd like. I won't lie to you. I don't make that jump often. That is a very cool little hidey hole if you ever have a chance to come across it yourself. Let's see if we can get Klaus back down here. I left him up there. Up there where the air is rarefied. So I don't know if there's anything else we really need to pursue here. I'm just sort of rambling, killing my last remaining moments before work here. Just because I enjoy being out in the fields with you, really. That's the only reason. There's a lot of active wildlife today, it seems. There's another player camp. Just off the railroad tracks. It's supposed to be a popular spot. One moment, let me, my feed seems to have paused itself. Let me make sure I'm still with you. And that I have not bounced off into the ether. Oh, good. It's just my laptop being terrible, as it tends to be. So let's get our bearings real quick here. I believe somewhere there's a nice little overlook. There's the one. Let's get a quick peek over here since we're so close to it. If you, oh good, thank you. Still seeing me. I appreciate that. Oh, Klaus is quite hungry. Let's take a break. For a carrot. There you go. So, I was about to say, if you're familiar with single player at all, or have started the single player campaign of Red Dead, this area will look quite familiar to you, I'm sure. This is where your sort of first official campsite is set up as you are playing through Arthur Morgan's glorious masterpiece of a life. So this place is one of the very first campsites you get, and it has this amazing wide view all around. I believe it's called the Horseshoe Overlook. That river bend there being the horseshoe in question, obviously. And so from here you can see clear off that way. Valentine, I believe, is just around there on that hilltop. And then there's Limpany, where we just were. Or there's Limpany, rather. This is just another nearby forest fire, I guess. There's Limpany there, and then up above that on the far plateau across is where that train station with the long bridge we just were at is, and then across the river that flows down that way is Riggs, the post office, etc., etc. So the world is so beautiful and so well put together. It is nice just to take a look at it every once in a while. And just to kind of know that anywhere you see that is of interest, you know, I want to go check out where that river leads. I want to go to one of those mountains, etc. You can kind of just head off in that direction and see what you find. I don't think we've taken much of a look at the eastern side of things yet. We did take a brief jaunt north during a bounty to the snowy section. But it gets less snowy around here. We saw Cotera Springs in the Indian Reservation previously. It's more of a rocky, cliffy area, but not much snow. And then it leads on into what would be Roanoke, I guess, over this way. A lot of this is more Roanoke than you'd suspect. And that's all sort of East Coast. Very interesting, swampy, thick foliage. We'll have to go out there. What that area's really amazing for is the mood of sort of darkness and spooky forests out that way is truly amazing. This has more of a natural, open, rangy feel out west here. But this has a very sort of claustrophobic, almost horror game feel, especially at night. And especially in single player, where there are multiple gangs of people that roam around at night trying to harm you. So this whole side of the map is rather spooky and fantastic. We'll have to get over there and do a couple missions, etc., etc. But I think that's about as much as we can accomplish for the morning here. Thank you for rambling around the 5 states with me. I do appreciate it. I guess I will leave us right here on the Horseshoe Overlook so that we'll have something nice to look at when we come back. Though I just saw a gray dot here. Let me see if it disappears. I was probably talking for too long and we've now missed the gray dot, but yes, another player seems to have gotten to it. Oh well. Those can also be ambient events. It's like you just heard a sound and it shows up as a gray indicator sort of thing. But someone else must have grabbed whatever caused the sound, and we are out of luck. But oh well. Alright, now it's officially goodbye. Let's turn around and wave. Gotta get that wave in. Thank you for your time, your kind attention. I will see you next time for more lovely Old West fun. Bye for now.